Welcome to OBBC TV and Mission Possible Minute. I'm your host, Mike Edwards, and I'm thrilled today to be interviewing two women who have been so instrumental in bringing the word of Jesus to so many youth in this area, Jeni Scudder and Jacquita Landman. Ladies, can you please introduce yourself and tell us about your families?
My name is Jeni Scudder, and I'm married to Kevin Scudder, and I have two kids, Regan and Devin Scudder, and 5 wonderful granddaughters.
I'm Jacquita Landman. I'm married to Pat. I have 3 daughters, Abby and Emily and Hillary, and 2 grandchildren and more grandkids coming.
In a brief few moments, can you give us your religious resume?
So I attended church as a kid. My dad would take us to church. And then when I was 18, I was baptized and didn't really start my Christian walk, the good Christian walk, until I was probably 25 years old. And from there, someone asked me to teach the 4 and 5-year-old class at church, which I reluctantly agreed. And that's what got me going to church on a regular basis, our whole family. I then kept moving up classes. I would then teach the 1st and 2nd grade, then 3rd and 4th, and just until I landed at high school, junior high. And I stayed there for several years.
When I was a young kid, we grew up in a family that went to church. And so when I was 15 years old, I was saved at church camp and got baptized. And after that, and we went to church as a teenager. When Pat and I first got married, we didn't really go to church very much. But when we moved to Switzerland County, we started going to Switzerland Baptist. And when Emily was about 2 years old, I started children's church because none of us could get any kind of church done with 2-year-olds all over the place. And so I've been doing children's church, I think about 28 years. And so that's how I kind of got involved with that.
What gives you your most blessing?
My most blessing has to be my family, my 2 kids, and definitely my 5 granddaughters. And I'm so lucky they live close and I get to spend a lot of time with them. The second thing that gives me most blessing is to witness somebody come to know Christ.
I would say also that my biggest blessing is family. It's fun to have grandkids just like everybody told us, and I've always enjoyed my kids, and I've always enjoyed being around kids at school and at church camp and Vacation Bible School. I usually like to be around little kids.
Okay, on the other end of the spectrum, what makes you angry or upset or have a come apart?
Okay, so it takes a lot I can be angry, but nobody knows it. I'm a quiet man. It takes a whole lot to make me explode, which I don't do that very often. I've been working at State Farm. Oh, I better not put that in there.
Yes,
Sorry.
you can. Go ahead. We can do advertising.
That could be how they can say they know you.
But
They can say, "Oh,
I
that's how I
can
know
only
her."
say I've worked there 31 years, and I can say I only really exploded one time.
I think it's safe to say that I'm grouchy most of the time in my job, and I probably have come aparts almost every day because that's what I'm paid to do. Because, as I say, little kids are my best blessing, but they're probably the thing that probably aggravates me the most. Maybe no names on papers, but I just kind of get grouchy, and then I don't stay mad.
Who is your favorite biblical hero and why?
My favorite biblical hero is Joseph. Did I just steal yours?
I love Joseph too.
I just love the story of Joseph. He goes through so many problems, and all throughout the story, you see it repeated, and God was with him. And you're thinking, no, he's not. And I think it's when I finally had studied all the way through the story, and at the end, and I may tear up, is when it there God had a plan in all that. And when I saw the plan that it was to save Israel and build Israel into a nation, it brought tears to my eyes. So that's why I like Joseph.
Well, I was going to pick Joseph too because I like his story because, like she said, God's always with him even when it feels like he's not. So I will also say that I like Esther because, like her uncle or cousin Mordecai said, who's to say that God did not put you in this place for times such as this? And I think we can't ever forget how we do line up with God's plans even when we don't even realize what's happening.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few rapid fire questions, just real quick. What answers here? And least favorite household chore?
Laundry, it never ends.
Vacuuming.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Oh, definitely over.
Over. Beards are good, mullets are bad.
Oreos or Chips Ahoy?
Oreos.
Oreos.
Favorite color?
Oh, blue.
Red.
Do you like pickles?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do a little.
Last question. Jacquita, any truth you taught Moses in children's church? And Jeni, you took him to big stuff.
What? Yes, I did. Like a long time.
Yes, we're BFFs.
Thank you for your time, ladies.
Thank you.